Okay, we got a game that you came up with, Justin Pooney. Free agency. It's called Overpay, Underpay, Fair Pay. So you throw out some names here and with some hypotheticals.
Yes.
And you started off with Michael Bunting. So here's your hypothetical. Michael Bunting, Sharms, signs with Pittsburgh, 5 years, $27.5 million.
So what's that, about
Overpay,
five and a half a year?
Yeah. Overpay, underpay, fair pay.
I think it's probably fair pay, given the market right now. He's been on probably the best deal in the NHL in the last couple of years, which was just over $1 million for a 23-goal scorer. And looking at other players right now making 5.5, Josh Anderson's scored 21 goals last year. Jordan Eberle, 20 goals. Jaden Schwartz, 21 goals. So I think it's probably fair. It's too rich for the Leafs.
Yeah.
He's walking.
Everything is too rich for the
Yeah,
Leafs
at this
right
point,
now.
yeah. No kidding, apart from their fourth-line center.
Yes.
But, yeah, I think it's fair value for what he's done.
I would say it's a fair for what he's done. But it could tend to become an overpay because we haven't seen him play in another top six other than the Leafs, right?
True.
How does he fit in if he does hypothetically go to Pittsburgh, which I kind of think would happen. He follows Dubas to Pittsburgh and stuff like that.
Probably.
He's got to play beside Crosby, though, in Malkin.
Yeah,
which he
that is
probably
true.
would. He's
That
a top
is
six
Does he
true,
forward.
become a
right?
Chris
So-
Kunitz? Like,
Yeah,
remember,
exactly.
this is the guy. I think he was second in penalties drawn this season behind Brady or Matthew Tkachuk. I can't remember which one.
I would say fair pay, but it has a potential to become an overpay if he doesn't perform.
Yeah, I mean, with the cap
Pittsburgh.
increasing, 5.5 sounds about right. 5 years.
He's 27 right now.
He's in his prime. Yeah, he's earned it. I
It's
think.
right on the line, though. Right, I'm going to go fair pay. Okay, next one. Justin Pooney.
Yes.
Fred VanVleet signs with Houston, 2 years, $85 million.
Well, I think it's actually going to happen now. By all reports
Holy
are indicating
smokes,
that
dude. What's that,
Fred
42 and a half
VanVleet
a year?
is going to go to Houston and get no state income tax and get a whole lot of money. And I think
But let's talk about the number.
it's an overpay. It's an extreme overpay for Fred VanVleet. He is not worth $40 million a season. He's probably worth the $30 to $35 million range. This is way too much for Fred VanVleet. But this is a young Houston Rockets team with a whole lot of cap space, wanting to make a splash, bring in a veteran. So I see why they're doing it, but it's a huge overpay.
So is the MLB similar to the NHL in terms of teams have to hit the cap floor?
Yes.
Or no? Well, they do.
Yes. They have to have a certain, but I think the Rockets have hit that floor. They just have a whole bunch of cap space,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, no, this is an overpay. You look at point guards making 40 plus or 39. Darius Garland, John Morant, Trae Young, Luka Doncic makes 43. There's no way Freddie's in that category. I understand him getting that money because if there's a team willing to pay it, but that's an overpay and a half.
Yeah, I mean, he's not really a game changer, is he? He's a really good piece.
He's a solid
More of an
piece.
Solid piece.
more of an organizer.
Yeah, a championship starting five piece.
true.
He's
not a star.
Yeah, he enhances a core, but he's not the pillar of the core, right?
That's a lot of money, dude. 42 and a half. The money in the NBA is absolutely
Well, he hasn't been
insane.
given it just yet, but
No.
it sounds like it might be.
What's the latest report here on Freddie?
Everybody's saying that he looks like he's gonna go to Houston and take the money.
Well,
But that could change.
And it's a similar
right?
deal?
for him, though.
I think it's not 85 million, it might be 83 and a half
Right.
or something like that. But
Yeah,
it's still
and-
gonna be 40
and
plus.
It looks like
million.
Harden's staying in Philly,
Yes.
at least not going to Houston. So, yeah, that's
We'll
safe.
see.
Okay, Ryan O'Reilly, and guess who put this one together? I'll go to you, Sharms. Signs with the Vancouver Canucks, 3 years, $17.25 million. Very realistic here,
Yeah,
this one.
it is. I mean, he's on 7.5 right now
Yeah.
in his last 4 or 5 years. I'd say it's just about fair, maybe slightly on the high side. I love Ryan O'Reilly. He's not the offensive player that he used to be. He brings that X factor, though, in the playoffs. He's pretty strong. He brings a lot of leadership to a team. He's good with the media. There's a lot of intangibles with his game, and he can still play at a high level. So I'd say in this current market, 5.75 a year is probably just about fair.
So just a little bit more than our boy, Michael Bunting, by the way.
Yeah, and he's got a much bigger resume.
Right.
I would, if the Canucks did this, I would be very happy
Well,
because.
of course, you put it together.
Of course it is. Imagine that Pedersen, Miller, O'Reilly as your top three.
Pretty solid down the
That's
middle.
a pretty solid
Yeah.
down the middle, right? Now they have issues on the defense core that they would have to address. But that's a story for a different day. I think it's fair. I mean, you could probably command $6 million in the open market, right? If you, at least
Probably, yeah.
right as a top three center.
So
I
according
think
to Cap Friendly, the Canucks have a projected cap space 6'4".
6'4".
So to be tight.
I
It'll
like,
be tight.
I like the 3 years though. That's good for a guy
3 years.
in his early 30s.
Early 30s, yeah. I mean, he could get more
Yeah,
term.
the term makes sense.
The term does make sense. Now we know the Canucks love handing out big term
We're
deals.
agreeing a lot, which I don't
So
like.
I do think it's a fair market value. If you could get him for like 5.5, 5.25, that'd be amazing. But I think 5.75 would be a fair estimate for Ryan O'Reilly.
It's for your third line center.
Yeah,
It's a lot for a third liner.
it's a lot.
It is a lot for a third.
But, you know-
I mean, then you look at
What LA has down the middle.
Yeah, but you look
Right?
at David Kampf and like that deal. That's just the most recent deal. At the
Well,
top
we
of my head.
heard Sheldon Keefe talking today about Kampf being his third line center.
Third line
at
center.
2.4. That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess. I mean, is he capable of being a third line center?
Well, he was before O'Reilly
Right.
arrived
But
in
then you look
Toronto.
at a team like Los Angeles. You know, you got Kopitar, Deneau, and Dubois. I know it's an extreme case, but that
But you haven't got Marner and Nylander making.
It's true.
that's a good point. Yeah, I'm gonna go fair. I'll go fair. Ryan O'Reilly. Okay, next one. Jakob Pertl, Justin re-signs with Toronto, 3 years, 65, which is essentially what's being reported right now.
Fair. I mean, I don't think Jakob Pertl's worth that, but that's what the market dictates. Nikola Vucevic got 60 over 3, so I think it's fair value.
60 over 3, yeah. And he's a better
Hey,
player.
listen, after you get rid of the first rounder, you better damn well
You
sign
gotta
him.
do whatever it
So,
takes.
No matter what he says, sure.
Yeah. I mean, he's pretty efficient. What he shot almost like 50% from the field. I think they went like 15
Again,
He
to
played
7.
well, right? He played well.
You
down
have
the
to
stretch.
re-
When he
Sign him.
started, they won a lot of games.
you have to
I'm going to
re-sign
go
him.
fair as well. Willie Nylander, Charmin, extends with Toronto 8 years, $74 million.
See,
Doll hairs.
it's what is okay in the context of the Leafs. That is not fair because
So
they,
it's
they,
nine
can't,
and a
they,
quarter.
can't, they can't afford that in my mind.
9 and a quarter.
For the player and what he's achieved and what he can achieve, I think it's fair, right? You look at Johnny Gaudreau, signs what 9.75, right? Mikko Rantanen's 9.25. Is Nylander better than him?
No, I don't think so.
Probably not. It's close though, right? Very close, similar type players. So I think it's pretty fair. If he's a UFA, he's going to get close to 10.
I would say more than 10.
So maybe
As a
maybe more
UFA.
than 10. So 9.25 I think is probably fair, but not in the context of the Leafs cap situation.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you go ahead.
I'm going to go. It's an underpay. His number starts with a 10. You look at Pierre-Luc Dubois. He just got $8 million.
8.5.
Yeah, 8.5. He's not scoring 40 goals.
Yeah.
27 goals. I know, whatever. He's a bit younger than Nylander, but Nylander he just skates to 40.
Yeah.
He just loafs to 40
Yeah.
goals. There's no way that it's less than that. I just don't see it happen. Look at Timo Meier. Okay, Timo Meier scored 40 goals. He got what, 8-8?
But you're
Who
saying
has a higher ceiling? Timo Meier and William Nylander.
Well, different players though. Such
It's
different
different.
players.
It's
Meyer's a
different
power
players.
forward, right?
But
Nylander
also-
isn't far from it.
New Jersey has its own internal cap rule. You see Jack
True.
Hughes is making $8 million. You're
That's
like,
true.
Well, you're not better than Jack Hughes, so you can't make more than him, right?
Plus,
So
this is 8 years too, right?
this 8-year deal for Willie Nylander.
So a 36-year-old Willie on 9.25.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll be engaged?
But in turn,
Probably
you
not.
could do. Would you rather do a shorter term deal with a higher AAV? Right.
I know.
That's where I think
Yeah, his agent will look at those
This-
contracts and he'll say, well, my guy's worth
this
more.
this is an underpay for William Nylander. I think.
Yeah, it is.
His number starts at 10, and to 9. If they can get him at 9.5, that's a good deal for the Leafs.
Yeah, I'm going to go underpay. Okay, final one. Kyrie Irving. Okay, you put this together.
Yes.
So
It's
the
not
Tw-
going to happen.
So the
Everybody
Toronto
out there.
Raptors
It's not going to
acquire
happen.
Kyrie Irving via Dallas. It's a sign and trade. So basically what's happening is Pascal Siakam and Thad Young are going the other way, and Kyrie comes in 42.5 millones.
First of all, this is not going to happen.
So our insider Justin.
Everybody out there, this is not going to happen. This is just hypothetically speaking. Don't go crazy. But imagine this.
That's a big number.
Kyrie's taking, meetings with other teams. He's going to meet with Phoenix. Imagine he talks to Masai. Masai sells him to come to Toronto, right? And we know the Mavericks are hot on Pascal
would you?
Siakam. And Pascal Siakam says, you know what? You guys wanted to trade me. You know what? I said I wanted to stay in Toronto, but I'll go play with Luka Doncic in Dallas. Why not? I have a better chance of winning. And they pull it off. I think Kyrie's going to get a max deal wherever he goes.
But the question is overpay,
it's fair
underpay.
pay.
It's fair.
Fair.
For a
They're both
31-year-old Kyrie
all-star
Irving.
caliber.
And it's not even just if it was another player not named Kyrie Irving with Kyrie Irving's skills, it's perfect. Mm-hmm. But not him. There's too much baggage there. $42.5 million.
He might think the Earth is flat.
Well,
You can't
thing is,
give a guy that.
that means
really
he's making
might,
as much
even
as
might believe that much money.
Well, that's also an
can't.
issue.
Yeah.
But he's making us. He'd be making as much as Luka Doncic, who's 22 years old.
But that's
almost
that's
10
the
years
way
younger.
The max
I
salaries
get it.
work in the NBA,
Yeah.
right? I think look, they're both all-star level players, right? They both have, their limitations.
Yeah.
It
For
could
the
work. It's not
yeah.
going to happen. It's never going to happen, but it could work.
For the Raptors specifically, it's a complete overpay. Okay, well that was good. That was a fun
enjoyed
little
that.
segment. Okay, coming up after the break, we're going to talk some more hockey, maybe some Leafs, and if there's any more major moves left in the NHL. Stay tuned.